Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I appreciate the opportunity to address you and the body today on this important topic. This bill is certainly the right thing to do under the circumstances and frankly, regardless of the circumstances. I'm sure, though, that there's going to be a lot of self-congratulation among members of this body. I'm sure that a lot of people are going to want to pat themselves on the back and act like they're really doing something wonderful for the people of Michigan. The reality is that this is the right thing to do, but it's unfortunate that it took a federal tax plan to be passed that would raise taxes on Michigan families in order for legislators to take action on this. The great representative from Troy and I introduced bills earlier this term to substantially increase the personal exemption.
Representative, I will allow you to reference other legislation of the federal government as long as it is confined within speaking to the merits of this bill, but please do not reference any other bills introduced before this body throughout the remainder of this term or before. The chair recognizes Representative Greimel.
This body has long had an opportunity to increase the personal exemption and should have done so long ago. Unfortunately, it is now doing so only because of an unfortunate and misguided federal tax bill that raised taxes on Michiganders. It raised taxes on millions of Americans across this country in a variety of ways, and it's disappointing that only when that terrible tax bill passed did this body finally take action to do what's been long overdue, which is increase the personal exemption here in our state. I also want to note that I am disappointed about the amendments I offered earlier not passing, because as this bill stands, it certainly is a step in the right direction, but compared to existing law in the state, it will only increase in the first year the personal exemption by $300. That means that it will only provide tax relief of less than $13 per individual in each household for its initial year. Again, that's a step in the right direction, but we've got a lot further to go when it comes to providing meaningful tax relief to Michigan families. I am certainly supportive of this bill, but I want all legislators to think about what more we can do to really reduce taxes for everyday people in this state by increasing the standard exemption yet further and making sure that the personal exemption is meaningful and robust so that we can reduce the burden of taxes on everybody in this state. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.